Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, some pretty cool stuff today, so let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I have for you guys is actually a really cool model coming from Artic Figures, yet another Skull Island model, which is really cool because he has gone ahead and created himself a Ceratops. Now this is a species of dinosaur that is obviously a Skull Island creature. Not an actual legitimate species of dinosaur, but something that again was found on Skull Island. It's a 12 to 16 foot long species of ceratopsian dinosaur, and I think that Artic Figures has absolutely nailed it as far as the appearance goes on this one. Like, this is phenomenal. And if you look at like the reference material compared to the actual figure itself, it's crazy when you see just how accurate it is. Like, Artic Figures really is doing a phenomenal job on everything that he does, but I think he's just improving so much more and more on his screen accuracy, or just in general, because it's not something really screen accuracy, but accuracy department. Like, he is absolutely knocking it out of the park. So another really cool model to go with that V-Rex that we can see making an appearance in the images. And then as far as art toys goes, we have a look at another prototype for their upcoming Chaos Effect style figures. We have a Tyranops, and it looks super cool. Definitely very faithful to the original Kenner toy, but with obviously an updated, more realistic kind of a look and a fantastic paint job to go with it. Again, really nicely done as a whole, and you can see there are actually two different versions because, as they put it, they really couldn't decide on one alone, so they went with two different versions for this, and another really neat looking model that I cannot wait to see in person at some point when these do officially release. And then as far as PNSO goes, there is another brand new model being released from them. They are definitely hammering them out quite quickly now. We've got ourselves a Mapusaurus, and it looks phenomenal. And I really like the paint job of this one. Like, this might actually be one of my favorite paint jobs so far. I didn't know that one would look nearly as nice as that Maraxus paint job, but this is a totally opposite style paint job, as that one was very flashy. This one's just really naturalistic, but quite different from what you usually see on your standard PNSO release. I do believe this is officially available for sale currently, so something if you are interested in picking up, you can go ahead and place an order for right now on the Amazon PNSO and the AliExpress PNSO stores. We've also got a few more angles of the upcoming Compsognathus model from Dino Dream. You can get a better look at it here. Definitely some nicer, higher quality images, a little bit brighter too. You can really see how nice the sculpts are on this. And if you happen to have the older Compsognathus models from Dino Dream, which I do, they are amazing. These, I believe, are the same scale as those, so that'll give you a pretty good idea as far as the size of the model as a whole. And we also have this image showing off the Tyranoden and the color scheme that we would see on it, pretty much as you would expect. We've got a JP30 style color scheme that will appear on their Tyranoden. Again, same style coloration that we had seen on their older Tyranoden release. And there was also this image that was shared by Dino Dream with a different style Compsognathus model. I don't know if this is something that we'll also be releasing or exactly what the idea is behind it or the story behind it, but it looks really cool. Definitely something I'm excited to see again when they reveal more images of it. And then as far as Itoy goes, there is a really cool model coming from them yet again, although they haven't really been releasing very much, and it seems as though they're more often releasing kind of like more expensive, higher-end models, but we will have another Velociraptor bust coming, and you can see we obviously have a somewhat Jurassic Park 3 female raptor color scheme for it. I don't think it looks perfect, I don't think the coloration is perfect, but it looks pretty cool overall, something that I'm sure people will be interested in. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these Itoy dinosaur busts, but they definitely look fun, and there certainly is, of course, a market for them, so something to keep your eye out for if you are interested. And then something that I thought was absolutely incredible, we've got a model from Tadeo Mendoza, and this is obviously a Jurassic Park style Hatching Velociraptor. This is something that he has created himself, and he actually is selling. He's from Mexico, and shipping costs are something to keep in mind, but this is a phenomenal looking version, probably one of the best that I've ever seen of a hatching Jurassic Park Velociraptor. This actually retails for about $150 again plus shipping, and it looks, again, probably like the most highly detailed, most realistic realistic interpretation of a hatching Jurassic Park style Velociraptor I've ever seen. So if you are interested in picking one of these up for yourself, I will include a link in the description to where you can do that by contacting him on Instagram, or if you do not have social media, you can contact me and I can contact him for you. And then thanks to Paleo Figures, we have a look at another upcoming Schleich figure. We have some form of a Quetzalcoatlus. It doesn't look like a very good figure if I'm being honest. The coloration looks kind of cool, but as a whole, it looks a lot cheaper than your average Schleich release, and definitely not up to par when it comes to their usual releases, but still something that will be releasing from them at some point that, again, I did want to let you guys know about. And then when it comes to the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World line, thank you to Collect Jurassic for these images and information, but it appears as though the Noble Collection will be releasing some more really cool models, one of which is a hatching Jurassic Park Velociraptor, something we were just recently speaking of as far as a different model goes, but obviously this is a totally different quality than the one we were just taking a look at, but this is something that was actually available very briefly for sale on Amazon before selling out, but should probably be coming back fairly soon into stock. I will include links in the description to both this as well as this one, the Velociraptor Blue, and I don't know how many more models they'll be unveiling on us, but this one as well was available for purchase on Amazon and also looks really quite cool, and I'm a pretty big fan of the previous Noble Collection models, so I'm definitely hyped to see these new ones getting released. And then we've got ourselves some new wild pop-ups coming from Mattel. These images were actually shared recently by Dan Surprise. You can see we've got ourselves a Dimorphodon, which looks pretty fun. I actually quite like the coloration of that guy. We also have a Baryonyx, which looks alright, nothing really to write home about, but he looks okay. And a Troceraptor, which we have had quite a few Troceraptors already. And then we've got ourselves a Spinosaurus, which I also quite like the coloration of. So some pretty cool pop-ups coming for the Mattel line. On top of that, we also have a look at some of those really weird, fierce changers that were recently revealed. We've got the Carnotaurus and Stegosaurus here, and we can definitely now get a much better idea as far as what these figures look like and just how strange they truly are. I don't know how many I'll actually be picking up. Knowing me, I'll probably buy them anyway because I have some sort of a problem when it comes to buying dinosaurs, but they definitely don't look like the best thing Mattel's ever revealed. We've also got ourselves the Baryonyx and Parasaurolophus, which again looks pretty interesting. I'll definitely at least have to buy the Carnotaurus one, but again, a pretty interesting looking figure, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Ankylosaurus. Not something that I think is going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm sure there will be people interested in picking them up regardless. No idea when they'll be releasing, but shouldn't be too far off, I'd imagine. We also have a look at the upcoming Pyroraptor now in package, and I actually think this image here shows it off a lot nicer and actually makes me like it a lot more than I had initially liked it when I had seen the first image. It definitely looks really cool and is certainly a figure that I'm going to be picking up. And the final thing is just an image of the upcoming Indominus Rex out of the packaging here. And this image really shows off the fact that the Indominus has a very different look for the sculpt compared to the older Indominus Rex. Like, you could just see differences galore through the entire thing. Definitely a really cool looking version of the Indominus, and seeing this image here actually has me a lot more hyped for the figure than I previously was. I was already kind of hyped for it, but this image just really shows off how nice I think the figure looks. One that I am definitely going to be getting my hands on when it releases, hopefully not too far off in the future. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.